Hello, Clementine. Great to see you again.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely. I hope you had a smooth sail arriving to this interview, right?
Oh, well, it's an exciting time, the last few weeks before the album drops, it's full promotion and I'm moving out also. So it's very hectic days, but we love them. It's for a great purpose all in all. So
So I
it's
hope
not been
no,
smooth, but it's been good.
no stormy seas in front of you, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay, good. So apparently there is not apparently, obviously there's a connection between Pirates and Pirates 2. So how did the band connect those two albums?
So it was like, it's a continuity of uh, the creative process that we started with Pirates One, having Meek being now responsible for writing the songs for Visions of Atlantis. He's someone who constantly writes music, and therefore there is continuity in the material, and also, we we love cinema and we love creating little stories within within our songs, and we always have a big image in mind every time we start to write a song, and so that's why our music, especially in Pirates 2, is even more storytelling than the first album. And we love to borrow some codes from soundtracks and from the cinema world. That's why we were like, all right, since there is this Pirates universe that we're going to keep exploring because we found our way with this, and the new songs seems like very consistent with what we've done with Pirates. And since we have this cinematic thing going on, we thought about calling the next album the second, like the follow-up, like Pirates 2, instead of just calling it Armada.
Okay.
And it's also a way for us to kind of say that we're writing more than music. We're writing a saga. It's a complete universe to dive into with us. And we're inviting people to not only listen to our album, but watch our videos, come to our show. It's a complete, this project goes beyond just being a metal band. And we love that dimension that it's taking for us on a creative level.
However, there is a change. You change your pirate hat with a crown.
So yeah, I'm exploring the concept of being a pirate captain, queen in our fantasy pirate universe.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a nice step to make. That was also a great way to show how empowered I feel by being part of this project now, and giving it a bit of a meaning as the crowned me being my higher self, or so to speak.
And is this heavy? Do you expect to wear this during touring? While touring?
So I've been wearing it on stage, yeah, already, but not for the whole show. Like for strategically in some parts of some songs, I'm able to wear it on stage. It's not too heavy, it's fragile, but I wouldn't be able to wear it a whole show. It's like it kind of prevents you to move
Absolutely.
Spontaneously.
So what do we see in the album cover art, the album's cover artwork? Because there is a female pirate looking at two battleships fighting. I'm not sure who is winning though. And I thought just by listening to the album, Ashes to the Sea was somewhat connected to that artwork, but I'm not sure. So help me out.
So there is no direct connection from a song of the album to the cover artwork.
Okay.
The cover artwork is more showing that you're going to face everything on your path, whatever adventure you're following. And sometimes that path means destruction and war. Sometimes it means being alone in a dark place. And sometimes you have the feeling that death is lurking all the time. That's why there's a bit of a skull in the smoke above the ship that is in flame. But death also means change. It doesn't mean that it's literal, that you're gonna die physically.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an invitation to be ready for your journey, wherever it takes you to, and to keep faith that you'll find the courage to face whatever you need to face with a strong fighting spirit, which is Armada for us.
So you write all the lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
So here's, it may sound strange as I phrase this question. How do you manage to write about pirates, but not writing about pirates?
That's a well way to put that question. It's because I write about humanity. I write about human emotions. A pirate is a person, and that person doesn't matter where it's from, doesn't matter if it's a he or she or whatever, it doesn't matter if what age this person, because it's going to be in the outside world, is going to feel emotions and feel his own experience on his own skin. And that is the human that is talking through the songs, because I cannot write genuinely about something I haven't experienced myself.
Correct.
And I don't feel like doing a music band such as Visions of Atlantis and not be genuine about what I want to say. So I always talk from myself, from my evolution, from my path, from my experience, from my pains, from everything that I need to talk about. Sometimes it's just stronger than me. This is what I want to talk about right now in this song. And I just transcribed it in the pirate world using the vocabulary of it. But the core is humanity. That's why I think people can, and because this is also my will, I want people to be able to find a meaning for themselves in there.
Right.
Writing songs for me, but for people. That's very important to me.
Maybe using the pirates theme makes the message more, should I say, easier for someone to relate or to understand. Because if you were straightforward talking about all the issues that everybody is facing, as you said, it may have been a little bit more difficult to approach and having all this music in concert, maybe. So the album starts. Did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay. The album starts with to those who choose to fight, and it seems like it's talking about a final battle. But you just said interacting with the outside world, with everyone, seems like a constant battle, right? So is this a final or just a battle?
It's the beginning.
Oh, even worse.
To those who justify it, that's why it's the I knew it was going to be the intro of the album when I worked on those lyrics, and it really says like it's an external person that looks at men like as mankind about to get into battle, seeing the fear in their eyes, and asking to if these people are going to see the dawn, the light of the dawn the next day, knowing that gods and events are going to choose who stands and choose who's going to fall. So it's a bit of a prayer right before having to step into battle. It's the prayer. Let's say it's the prayer on the sunset before the battle.
Right, prepping yourself to face something that you really don't want to face, right? Most of the times.
Yeah, and yet that you feel you don't have the choice, but face it. Sometimes, it's like you have to do this. You have to step outside that comfort zone, and you have to go and fight this battle because it's worth it, because there's something there that's better for you than if you just don't do that fight.
Or there is no other way. You just have to fight.
Or
right?
there is no other way. Absolutely. Sometimes there is no other way at all, and you need to do that step.
So in The Dead of the Sea, that is the Latin Requiem pro nobis miserere Deus. Did you record all the vocals there, or did you use, I don't know, a choir maybe, or sampled something?
No, this choir in this part, it's the three of us, Michele, myself, and our producer, spending the last day of studio recording, layering vocals from the lowest part to the highest parts. We did everything ourselves.
I wonder who followed you to the higher parts, but hey.
Myself.
Yeah, there you go. So in the special editions, there are 2 more tracks, Stormy Waters and One Last Hope. So these were songs meant to be part of Pirates 2 and for space.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like we wrote way more songs than we needed to make a new album.
Okay.
And one of the hardest part was actually to choose which songs were going to be the final songs on the album, on the official album. And then we didn't want to make an album that was too long. We wanted every song to really complement the others, and we didn't want repetitions of exactly the same track you've already heard. Also in the meaning and everything. So even if it's not a concept album. So at some point we were like, all right, let's stick to that track list that now is Pirates 2, and it's great. We have other songs. We just add bonus tracks on special editions, and we give even more value to special editions because there is even more music to it.
Right.
We were happy to be able to do that.
Although you know that bonus track sounds a little bit, has a negative meaning, because it sounds like, hey, the band just put 2 songs together, but it's not like that, right? It's actually part of the songwriting sessions of Pirates 2, right?
Yeah, we just had too many songs, and
yeah,
of course,
exactly.
at some point, yeah, we had to choose. And it could be that some people even like some of those bonus tracks more than some songs on the albums. It's possible because they've been done with pretty much the same heart. Like it's part of the whole creative process. It's just that we didn't want to make an hour and a half or a 2-hour album, so we had to choose. And yeah, it doesn't mean that these songs have less value. It's just that they didn't find their place on the record compared to the other songs that were already there.
I didn't said that. I was trying to draw the
no, of course.
that yes, those tracks were part of this and therefore should receive the attention deserved. However, the album closes with Where the Sky and Ocean Blend, right? And there is the final lyric is Will you set me free, a question. So is this the band's way opening for, the door for Pirates 3?
So Michele is already starting to write new material, and I've seen the folder on his desktop. I think it was called Pirates 3. Okay. So I think we're going in a direction. But to me, Pirates and now Pirates 2 definitely stand on their own feet as an album. You don't need to have listened to Pirates 1 to appreciate Pirates 2 and vice versa. And Pirates 2 doesn't lack of anything that Pirates 3 would solve or anything. You know, it's every album is made on its own time and it is complete. That's how we perceive it. Now, the fact that it's opening with a question, it's because the beginning of the album starts with a bit of a fight for freedom, which is also one of the cause of Pirates. This is why we are a pirate themed band, because we kind of share some of the big journeys and mindsets and ambitions that pirates had. But you have to define freedom, and since everything is a metaphor for actually your own inner journey, this opening question means to me, I can free myself in my environment. I can free myself from people's expectations. I can free myself from my own judgment. But the more I know about myself, the more I see the layers of the cage that I might be living in my own head that still prevents me from being free. So I have to keep going, keep learning about who I am, so that I can maybe one day really realize, okay, now I'm free. But it's not something that maybe you ever achieve. So it's really this existential crisis of finding who you are and being free to really live the life that you want to live. And the question is open because I personally haven't found an answer for myself yet.
Yeah, if you do, let us know.
Maybe Pirates 100.
100 sounds like fast. I was thinking more than that, but anyways. And the way you described almost led me to think about the song Monsters, right? It's actually talking about these things, fighting all those monsters that everybody has, but those do not seem to decrease in number, right? As the more you fight, the more monsters come out.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you make light into your own personality, like understand what you're made of, understand your darkness, the more it kind of try to hide itself, and it's called the ego. It's the same, like your monsters, your ego is the same thing, and it's gonna hide in sneaky places, and it's gonna come out in other ways or in other situations. Or so it's really like this, that maybe there is one first big block that someone can feel in their lives or in their minds to prevent them from living a fulfilling life. But as you said, it's barely only one. That's the reason why it's monsters plural and not monster unique. Yeah,
and we
singular.
always like to hide monsters rather than facing them.
Yeah, unfortunately, which is understandable, because we want to love ourselves, and at the beginning we're like, if I have monsters, maybe I'm not lovable. But the key is not to not have monsters, because we're all part of light and darkness. It's human nature, it's life nature. So it's not about not having monsters, it's about not having them have the lead
or control your life.
That's exactly, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
So you have those two music videos out, Armada and Monsters. I want to know how much input do you give to create those videos, because there is all these meanings in the lyrics, but at the same time you need to keep the pirate theme going. So what?
I'm writing the scripts of our videos. So I'm completely in charge of portraying the meaning of our songs with visuals. And it's easier for me to do that, because to write lyrics, I most of the time have pictures in my head and feelings and situations. Like I'm also a very visual, creative person. So with music, it evokes images very fast. So I tend to use all that to write the video script. And I love to think as a video and a song to be just one unit and live together, rather than being two completely different approaches or outlets. It's the video has to transcript the message of the song and the aesthetic I had in mind for it.
Correct.
And so far, I'm very happy that we worked with people that understood my vision
and at the end
managed to bring it to life.
Sorry, at the end of Armada, you win your crown, right?
At the end of Armada, yeah, I show myself to my enemy as my empowered self, and showing him, this is who I am, and you don't mess with me.
Love it. So I had one more note on a song that grabbed my attention, the lyrics for Hellfire. And I was planning to ask this question in relation to the touring, because I hope you will include that song in the set list. And there you have Familiar Hell as Home instead of Paradise Unknown. That's a kind of, I don't know, heavy lyric line.
Yeah, and that refers to, fear. Like, we are afraid of what we don't know. And sometimes we don't know that the unknown is better than what we're living in. Sometimes people, and I've been there, accept a bad situation because they know it, and they find comfort in this bad situation. And this comfort is hard to give up when you don't know what you're going to get instead. And this is terrible, because you allow yourself to live in hell sometimes by fear of losing the tiny bit of comfort you found by being used to that hell compared to the paradise that you don't know, the happiness that you don't even know. And there are people who said growth is triggered by pain, and the people who don't grow have been used to pain too much. Like if you're too used to suffer, you just think this is my normality, or you think that's the way it should be. You know, there is a bit of that thing in the world that yeah, you have to suffer to get something better. You don't get anything if you don't deserve, and deserving means you have to suffer for it. You know, there is this a bit of a way of justifying that people have to live miserable lives. Not at all. Miserable has nothing to do with normal, or it's not a path that you have to take. Like you don't have, and it's not even given that because you've had a miserable life you're going to be happier later.
Yeah.
So familiar hell is the comfort you found in that normality you created for yourself in a horrible place. And this paradise unknown is the happiness and the fulfillment you could find if you changed something in that environment or way of life. And I invite people of dropping the comfort, stepping out of the comfort zone, burning bridges if needed. This is the core of hellfire, you know, the kind of, and going outside of that comfort zone, even if it's an uncomfortable comfort zone, and seek that happiness out there.
Such an easy concept to explain, but such a difficult action to take.
Absolutely.
My goodness. Okay. I almost wanted to comment about religions, but I won't. So let me.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, because it's what you said, right? We have raised to believe that in order to get something, to deserve something, we have to suffer hell, and that's not right to my mind.
No, that's not right. Yeah.
So touring, you have the festival season, and then you have live shows in Europe with the Armada touring cycle. So when the ship will cross the Atlantic again?
April 2025.
Oh, great. Because I feel kind of bad. I missed the last Visions of Atlantis show. Damn it. So I feel kind of bad. So thank you for giving me the chance to redeem myself. Have you picked the songs to play live? Because now I was thinking that with the two pirate-themed albums, can be very difficult to choose.
Yes, because the five of us in the band, we love very different songs.
Oh.
So it's already very hard to make everyone happy.
Of course.
Because but we're starting to play more songs. We have 2 release shows coming early July with the release date of the album, and we're gonna play, I think, 5 or 6 songs. Right now I can't count, but yeah, it's difficult because we love so many of them, and we still love so many songs from Pirates, and we also need to pay tribute to what we've done before that people know and connect with. So set listing will be challenging even more with time, but what I would love to be able to do in order to solve that is to actually work on 2 or 3 set lists and not play the same songs every night. Change the show a little bit so that we're all can play songs that we love, and have people that love those songs also give them the opportunity to hear them live, because we think that because the album is so diverse, people will also connect with different songs. And of course, at the moment, we cannot play 2 album lives back to back.
No, make everybody happy, yes.
Yeah.
Last question. Do you see Exit Eden writing an album with only originals?
I think that it would be totally possible, given who we're working with for that. But I think it's also part of the essence of Exit Eden to go on with those bombastic covers, you know, it defined our style and our universe. And I think people really like that, to enjoy some pop songs or some hard rock songs in a very bombastic symphonic metal way with many singers and voices. So at the moment, we're not talking about the next record. We're talking about trying to get on stage next year, but we'll see if that happens. But I'll be curious, of course, the moment we start working on a new one, if there will be a decision to which balance we'll find between originals and covers, if that is a question. Yeah.
Here's an idea. You can open for Visions of Atlantis. It's a great band.
It is.
Clementine, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for
great
having me
shows,
again.
Safe travels, and see you in April here in Chicago.
Amen.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.